Yeah, Vinny thought so too. I don't know if it's a reference. I would believe it if it was, though.
Oh, I didn't show you what the Calamity looks like. Item.
Is it a clam?
No.
Is it a giant?
It's really doofy. It's supposed to be a sword.
Silent Calamity.
Yeah, it's just a sword, but instead of a sword, it's a chunk of rock.
Like the Excalibur from Arya. It's the sword of the stone, but the stone's still there because you're not worthy.
Yeah.
I hear the gold cross is is super OP.
The gold cross.
Because it petrifies.
Oh, which insta-kills.
Yeah.
I do like ambivalence. It looks really cool.
Oh, what does cursing an enemy do? Can you even?
Everything I've seen...
I know!
Oh, hey, I got the adversity ring.
Yeah, we have 2 now, which means it's not, which doesn't mean hell then. Which means we're really strong if we're petrified. What is that weapon?
This is,
Oh, you charge it to it, it unleashes light.
Yeah.
Oh, whips are kind of iffy in their Archimus.
And they seem like they're literally only added in to
Because
reference.
Castlevania.
Why did you shoot that light, Fairy? What did that light do to you?
I love how your arms will just hit lights randomly.
Archives. Another item, though. I wanted you to see how cool the Poison Kukuri looks.
Poison cookie. Oh, whoa. Why? What is it? What does it mean? Oh. Bantam, help!
It looks much more remarkable than the regular Kukuri.
Well, that's because the kukri is a kukri. The poison kukri is... What's the main ghost? Whoa, that is... It's Babby sword.
Themed dagger. The Carnwenan.
That is not a fire elemental weapon.
Yeah, I think... Oh, no, it's not. And this is a poison themed one.
Oh, I don't know. How did your job hunting go? You're submissioning, yeah. Oh. That is an excessive weapon.
Yeah, no, there are some really, 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 like...
Goofy.
Funky
weapons. Yep, there's the
weapons.
invisible blade. I like that sword. That does... I do not like... That doesn't even make sense. Blutgang.
This one, to me, looks like it's a Morrowind weapon.
I don't like it.
The Froggerak.
That's okay. A bit excessive, and
Hofu.
that's a silly name, but it looks evil.
Donschleif.
That was the Dan Slave. It's a giant back scratcher!
Basically. The Florenberg.
That's
Fire
a fire
weapon.
sword.
This
That's
one's
the
the
ice sword.
The Almace. And the
Khalid Bolg. And they
This one's really, really complicated looking.
It is. It looks very...
It actually, it looks like the boss from...
Soul Calibur.
No, from Smash.
Oh, Master Edge?
No, the Wings guys. Smash Ultimate, the final boss.
Oh. Galeen?
Yeah.
No.
It's a ball with a bunch of, like,
Yeah, but
feathery
it's-
lines on it.
Maybe. There's this. There's the ultimate sword. There's that sword. Look at how much weaker it is than the ultimate. Tape agency was boring. Well, hey, at least you did it. That's what counts to me. That's a classic weapon,
It's a
actually.
cricket back with razor blades on the
Makuhito?
end. Yeah.
It's it's a
Makuhito.
oh, it is exactly what it's described as. It's an anchor. I like this weapon. It's so good when you get it. And well, aren't you fancy? Missile time.
It's the holy
The flying
staff. And then the Oracle Blade, which is literally just an improved flying
I
edge.
don't like its aesthetic. It needs color. I never realized that the Ravas don't have a blade.
No, they don't.
It's another invisible blade. There's the Claymore. It looks pretty nice for being the weakest of its kind. Don't you think? The Pelicus, it's a sword, it's not an axe, don't be fooled.
Radish looks
I
pretty nice.
like it, it's also a sword.
I like this one, Carnot's Rebuke.
It's kind of
not very fun to
it's
use.
very awkward to use.
Graham.
Also Soul Calibur.
Gambantien.
The Lohengrin, I've heard that before in a Super Robot show as the name of a cannon. So it has to have some mythology. I think most of these do, except for the Steel Lightning, which they clearly just made up.
Durandal.
I don't like its look. That does not... It's just a shape.
It's a bunch of, like, floating fragments as it gets farther on. The Angry God.
It leads its victims to their demise. Yeah. I love that description. It's so
you cannot see this entire model, no matter what you do, at the same time. There's always something in the way. Eternal Blue.
Why are the ultimate weapons ice element? That's weird. Dull Blade. It's a katana, but we don't know who made it. There's an interesting hilt.
Oh, all these later ones do, though. The Swordsmith Kuninaga. Swordsmith Toshiro. Yasetsuna.
Well, that's how katanas are. They're defined by their maker, right?
Munichka.
Made at great personal risk. Oh, it looks nice. It's a spear. That is a lance. That is a spear. That is a... I like the Sangenjin. That's a Naginata. Kind of. Very fancy. That does not look like a stabbing implement. I like the spears in this.
Nephilim.
They're okay.
Gungnir. Gaiasail.
It's pretty unremarkable for an ultimate weapon, but that's a whip. That's a... That... Ooh. Oh, it's like a fangy thing. There's that nonsense.
Oh, the Black Cords also has like a circular saw at the end.
That's silly.
I like the little maple
like
leaf
it.
on this.
And there's Andromeda, which is unremarkable. Again, I can't explain that really... the guns I feel don't... I never felt any real desire to use a gun. I don't know if that's me or it, but...
Drastia is
I like how its name means inescapable, but it's kind of prone to missing. Oh, we didn't look at the boots.
I've shown all of them off earlier when you weren't here. Killed him, you guys.
Damn it. I hate when you do that.
I can hold 234 at a time.
Not, but why would you? All you need is one bullet. And a hat.
Take this!
Good shooting! Do you have to twirl at every shot? No. Oh, like that? It misses because of the zig? And it can't really aim up at all? It has trouble with things directly above you. Or as close to you. But to be fair, it's more accurate than the other guns.
Well, I mean, the other guns are as accurate as you are.
Right, and this seems like... I don't ever feel you would miss because of the gun. And, oh, I guess sometimes it will shoot at not what you were trying to shoot. Like that. Oh, you shot with a crotch, you lie!
He was gonna die anyway.
And they went, ooh.
I mean, to be fair, if someone shot you in the crotch, I feel like that's about the sound you'd make.
I think more of a scream than an eee.
No, I mean the ooh.
I love the cat. I love the cat. Oh, cool! You did cool ramp.
So yeah, that's my biggest things though that I will say is I really like the art, and I really like how much there really is to do.
There's a lot of grinding to do.
There's a lot of things to see. The only things I'm disappointed in, although I understand why, is they didn't make a model for every armor.
Maybe really have been cool and frustrating.
What was the other one like that I was kind of disappointed about? Only certain accessories have a model.
Well, I mean, the rings obviously don't need one.
No, pretty much if it's not on your head, it doesn't have one. None of the necklaces have one.
That's true. That's true. It's true.
Let's see. It's true.
It's true. Onyx.
Even she's disappointed. I will say though, I'm happy that every single one has a two-line description for every enemy, which is cool.
I wish you could get better view of the models.
Yeah, you can only spin them. You can't.
I tried looking them up online, and I couldn't get a really good look at them. I really like the one guy. I forget who.
This guy?
Oh, right, the Titania. Simple as it is. I mean, that's a cool bug. I like the Medusa heads. They go mom, mom, mom. They're werewolves don't have tails. How unfortunate.
And then I like these screens are very, clear and easy to read.
The emerald is their last drop.
Yeah, I'm really confused by that. I want someone out there to describe to me why they are in a certain slot.
Like you might have slots 1, 2, and 4 with an item, but not 3. It's
Yeah,
so
like,
it's very like
this...
that. Yeah, exactly that. It's very strange, and
I'm also disappointed that the 5 different Buer things only have 2 different souls between the 5 of them.
Actually, one of them drops like firearms expertise. The chariot.
I don't think so.
It does. The one with the cannon on it. The very last one listed, I think. The
chariot Buer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 3 souls between the 7 of them, if you're including all the chariots. I don't like how long the living fossil takes. I really hate the Kune Kune's time frame for what you have to do.
Apparently, it does just do damage to you if you face it.
Yeah.
It is very unintuitive, and it drops platinum. That's what it drops.
Yeah,
Okay.
and resist curses. But
it's
it's not a guaranteed drop, and it takes over a minute every single time to do it. It took me 42 times to get the 9 of those.
It's a joke enemy.
Yeah, but that means that it took me 84 minutes of just sitting on a train.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
It's not feasible to max the level of the familiar.
It's not feasible to max the level.
Even though you need to get the best Bloodbringer.
So the medals, you have to cheese some of the bosses as far as I can tell.
Or just be better than me.
No, from what I was reading online, it looks like that's about it, is cheesing it, finding a way to cheese them. I did like the addition of the quests. The quests felt nice. They didn't feel overbearing, except some of the cooking. I don't like that under personal data, it shows how many unique recipes you've prepared and how many you've consumed, but there's no list of recipes and showing that you've cooked them. I don't like that because it was really annoying when I was trying to go back to finish all the cooking.
Street Fighter inputs. I don't like those.
Shin doesn't like the Street Fighter inputs.
There's no real reason to use these over a shard.
Yeah, at least they're not complicated, but he is right. Only a couple of them.
It still makes your input take like a quarter second longer than it needs to, which in a video game is
especially when, as you were saying, circle doesn't do anything.
Right, you should be able to map several different special moves to circle, maybe.
Yeah.
Like down circle, up circle, neutral, and forward. Smash inputs.
Yeah.
Hub-a-dub.
Yeah.
Hub-a-dub-a-dub.
I think that is the only button that doesn't have a use, though.
The center button.
With that, I also don't like that you either have to jump for, or be so exactly vertical, because sometimes you'll just do this, which is really annoying.
That's just following its It's remembering its ancestors. At least it's better than Symphony, where you had to press down, up, jump, instead of just up and...
Yeah, but this you have to hit down, up, jump for.
Yeah. Yep. Generally, you're not going to do that mid-fight, but apparently sometimes you are.
I don't know how I feel about having that shortcut slots. I mean, you don't really need 8 terribly, but I don't know what I think about having to do a new game plus to get all the shortcuts. Or all of the
It's asymmetrical.
As Shin said, I never felt any real compulsion to use any of the bullets except for to demonstrate them.
Oh, there's an ammo gauge there I never noticed.
Let's see.
Dropped some frames.
Yes, a few minutes ago.
I like the cats.
But you do not like the dogs.
I'm a bit puzzled by it.
You're very uncomfortable with the dogs.
Not as much as you are.
Oh, I thought you said you found them really unnerving.
I think they're very uncanny. I don't find them unwelcome. I just find them jarring.
I find them unwelcome in that there are no dogs in hell.
The Abyssal Guardian baffled the hell out of me the first time I saw him.
I do think it's also really annoying how sometimes it's really hard to aim at an angle when there are a lot of enemies shorter than your attack range.
What?
Like toads and stuff. If you duck and attack, you'll usually attack forward, not down, which is annoying.
It depends on your weapon, but yeah. God damn it, I love him.
Look at you. Hey!
Throw me into the spikes.
Silly boyo.
Chair.
Some of the voices were a little doofy. This was a weird enemy.
Yay!
He's typing on an invisible keyboard. Oh.
I have to wonder what Living Fossil does, because you never see him do anything except reassemble and then die.
He'll tail whip and he'll breathe petrification breath and he'll claw at you. Or
do they have the same model as the Living Dragons?
No.
Oh.
They have the same skeleton probably, but they have a different model.
They don't do the same motions?
Yeah, well, like they'll do all the same, but like a model, it doesn't have skin, is what I'm saying.
They're the same frame.
Yeah, same skeleton. I would definitely invite a sequel, and I would buy it.
Same.
Unless it were really, really bad, of course.
I might, even if it were bad. But I also might not.
I, however, have enough faith in Iga's team that he would make another good one. This guy's whole job is not hurting you, running, and then dying.
But he has hit points and weaknesses.
Yeah, which is really peculiar.
What are his weaknesses? He has quite a few that are never relevant. There's that eyeball that is actually a mouth.
Let's see here.
There's the.
This was a really cute addition. I appreciated this.
But I think it was a pain to grind the Overlord.
It was a little bit of a pain.
There are these randos. I don't know why they're
all backers.
Oh.
They're all
except for maybe
backers.
the Revenants.
Well, yeah, that one's probably a thing designed by Iga to reference the past.
Blah, 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 blah.
I really hope, though, that if they make another game, it isn't hinging so heavily on the nobody will communicate, and that's where half the problems in the game come from. I know it's impossible, but I just wish they wouldn't. Oh, interesting. The only ones that don't give souls
are the humans.
Or shards are humans.
And the final boss.
Yeah, the final boss. And the Mort, for some reason.
And the giant
it does say...
And the giant Mort.
Well, yeah, but that's because it's just the Mort, but big.
The two big Japanese storytelling tropes that I really don't like are... I mean, there's, of course, just... Well, yes, the the power of human will and friendship when done excessively, or, again, just an arbitrary refusal to communicate, which I always find frustrating.
There's also always the, you killed this person, now they're your friend.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, but no.
I think the thing that bothers me the most about anime is how there are so many anime that tell the exact same story.
That use the exact same tropes in the same way.
It's not all of them. There are definitely different stories in anime. But there are so many that tell the same story.
Like, why do we have so many tropes that are just, oh, that is so anime?
Yeah.
Why do so many anime have to use these?
Oh, also there's a skull inside of these, even though you don't see it. When its shard comes out, you can see the skull, but you don't see it
I
normally.
played through Super Wars V recently, and at least twice in the story they play the whole, oh, I thought you were my friend. Yes, but I must fight you now. Why? I have my reasons. I have my reasons.
Because it's anime, that's why.
Because something terrible would happen if I had told you.
The other thing I hope is if they do a sequel, they have a whole different set of enemies. Obviously, they can still have some of the same staple enemies, like Mords and stuff like that, that would tie them together. But I don't want it to be...
Right, the Mords were Castlevania's zombies. They're probably going to have the Dull Hammerheads.
Yeah.
Because the Dull Hammerheads have actually become iconic in this game.
Yeah.
Because they are the Medusa heads.
The thing that I don't want, though, is... As much as I loved the Soul-themed games, they were all the exact same enemies, just in a different location, and in a different order of difficulty. But,
I'd be fine with more of the same, though.
I wouldn't mind more of the same, I just would like new enemies. I would like a different variety.
Yeah, I guess, from Aria to Dawn, they did recycle a lot of enemies, didn't they?
From Symphony through... Portrait, they use almost all the same enemies.
I don't know about that.
There are a few new ones each time, but for the most part, probably 75% are the same. Maybe even the same models.
I mean, I know well, they definitely didn't from Symphony, because they had a completely different art style. But I know they recycled a lot of bosses between Dawn and Portrait, but I guess that was mostly for the Nest of Evil.
But yeah, so we're gonna call this, and we're gonna go on to do something else.
Next time, we'll be streaming a different game.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's a secret. Even I don't know.
Even though it might be Donkey Kong Country 2. It might.
I mean...
We don't know yet, but it might be. We're considering it.
I like its music.
I like its art style.
I like it. Craig Stitt on the Kid Chameleon wiki. I don't like Kid Chameleon.
What did he do to you?
It was a very unforgiving game. It was on the Sega Genesis. I don't like it.
So with that said, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, night, afternoon, morning, whatever you are. Hope to see you again real soon. And take care.